So far, the Japanese.
We're live! Hey, Kaiju. Hello, Kaiju fans of all kinds. It's stream time, and we all just watched Godzilla Planet Eater.
King Kong
And,
vs. Godzilla is better.
and this is going to be a spoiler discussion, as the title says, nice and bold, so no one gets all pissy. So
But I like spoilers.
we're all just going to give our thoughts and all that. Yeah, Kyle, we all know you like spoilers more than anything else on planet Earth.
You guys want to hear something about King of the Monsters?
Oh no!
Ban
Just
him right now.
This ain't about what's going to be a better movie than this. Even though, all right, you know what? All right, we're all going to. Hello, Godzilla, King of Kaiju. All right, we're all going to go into. We're all going to give our thoughts on the movie and just basically go into talking about it and all that, what we thought. So I'm just going to go in order that the Hangouts thing shows for me. So, Raymond, what were your thoughts on the movie overall?
Fucking pick your favorite.
Well, going into the movie, I was excited for it. I'm not one of those people who just hates on the anime movies. I actually do like them. I think they're decent, and I pretty much thought this almost the same thing for Planet Eater. It's easily the best of the three movies. I did hear that it was very character driven going into the movie, and I can see that a lot. I do like what they do with the characters, except for the ending. I found that to be very stupid. I liked what they did with Ghidorah. Honestly, I did. Yeah, I thought it was good. Not great, but it was good, and it's easily the best out of the anime trilogy.
Alrighty, Cole, what were your thoughts on it?
Damn, I'm eating a taco.
All right, never mind. Nope. Quiet. Kyle, what were your thoughts on it?
Batman v Superman was a better movie.
What?
Batman v Superman was a better movie.
I'm getting a feeling I didn't like this movie very much.
Okay. Honestly, to be honest with you guys, it was a pretty fucking good movie from what I say. Probably, and I went into it, I knew it going in, but obviously, like I've told them, I was still surprised by a lot of things because spoilers don't determine the whole movie, and that way it's, executed, it's how it's determined. Just throwing some shade. Anyways.
I can tell.
I see how it is.
Can we kick him out of the call?
But anyways, so anyways, so I'm just saying though, overall though, I thought this was a great movie. Great installment. So far, I've been one in the minority, and I've actually enjoyed the anime series for what it is. I think that it's very well. I think the characters have kind of gotten better over each movie, and I think the development with them has gotten better too. In this movie, Haru wasn't some screaming bitch the whole time. And there's actually a lot of human drama, and someone told me for Movie Kings that they think this is some of the best human drama in a Godzilla movie prior to it. Honestly, it's pretty fucking up there. I mean, there was definitely a lot of stuff they did with this movie I enjoy. I'm liking the fact that they went with the whole religious route. I thought that was a great touch. I thought that was something that really stood out in this movie, something this movie needed, because just the whole religious touch to the movie and the way they really treated like Ghidorah like he was a literal god, where they were straight up like they had to pray to him to come out. Ghidorah wasn't that bad. I kind of enjoyed what they did with Ghidorah, although it could have been executed a little better. I kind of understand why they did what they did with Ghidorah, though it kind of seems kind of cheap the way they did it. But I mean, I get they're trying to demonstrate the whole god element to him, but I think they're just being lazy too. And overall, because I'm sure we're going to get into more detailed discussions as this go, really enjoyed it. Like I would say, it's definitely probably the best of the anime trilogy so far. I would say that mostly goes to the fact of the less, I wouldn't say because the action, I would say more because the human story, it wins the most. But overall, yeah, it's the best of the anime trilogy. And it's time for the other ginger to quit eating his taco and say his thoughts.
All right, Cole, give your thoughts. What did you think of Planet Eater?
Okay, wait. Okay. All right, now we're good. Can we keep that's a Taco Bell? That's a Taco Bell. All right. Anyway,
you talk to your mom like that?
No, that's just Taco Bell. Anyway, I thought Planet Eater was fine. It's the best out of the anime trilogy by far. But like, I've never been crazy about it. Like, I think the first one's fine. I don't think it's like amazing or bad. I think it's just okay. Second movie, I I really don't like that one. And then Planet Eater, I actually enjoy it. I don't think it's like amazing by any mean. Like I liked some of the human drama. Like there's some good character development. There's a lot of really nice shots in it. Like that's one thing that's been consistent with all three. I really enjoyed the cinematography with this one, and I thought the story, which is like it was a good climax, and it ended on a good note, sort of, for the whole trilogy. but that ending though.
Oh.
I don't think that ending was great. I mean, there's still some plot points that are just characters that I didn't care for, but other than that though, like I think the movie's fine. I mean, it's not amazing, but I'd probably watch it again.
All right. My thoughts. I actually really like this movie. When it comes to, I like Monster Planet. City on the Edge of Battle, I can admit, it's a pretty bad movie, but I thought it was okay. This movie, though, I think it's the best out of the three, as pretty much all you said. It's definitely has some great like the characters in these movies get better with each movie. Yes, even City on the Edge of Battle, that was one of the things that did better than Monster Planet. I think the characters were better in that movie. But yeah, basically this movie. Well, okay, I agree. Also, I actually hate the ending of the movie. It's extremely rushed, but we'll get into that when we actually get to the end. So, yeah, thought it was really good. Not in like top 10 or anything, but you know, definitely the best of the trilogy. And it's kind of sad to see the trilogy end, but now we can get into King of the Monsters, and that's going to be better than all these movies. Let's be honest.
Oh, well, yeah.
No, you.
No, me. All right, but I guess if we're gonna talk about basic stuff, what'd you think of like how the story went in this movie? Like how Metfis is a crazy man.
Who's gonna start that one? Are we
Um,
going one by
We'll just
one?
we'll go in the same order. Let's go Raymond next.
All right. Well, the villain, I call him Evil Legolas, because if you've seen Lord of the Rings and you know what Legolas looks like, then you'll know why I call him Evil Legolas. He was very. He was okay. He wasn't like a great villain, but he did his job all right. That's honestly the best I can say about him.
All right, Cole. Well, actually, hold on. Like, what'd you think of the rest of the story though? Like with Ghidorah and how Godzilla, pretty much just the whole story in general.
The stuff I really my favorite part of the movie was probably the stuff with Ghidorah, because going into the movie, a lot of people really were hating on what they did with Ghidorah, and me personally, I was up for the redesign. I was up for a new Ghidorah in general, and it didn't disappoint me. I liked the idea of him being interdimensional. I liked the idea that Godzilla couldn't attack him like normally. I liked how they messed around with that. I thought that came out really well. What else was there? Some of the stuff with the humans, while it was good, it was also weird. Connecting life. I'm sure we're going to get into that. But I found it to be weird.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of some other things overall.
By the way, Evan didn't like it. Big shock.
Oh, yeah.
I'm serious.
I would say
What?
best character.
Wait, who was the best character? Was it Scientist Man Martin?
I would have said Haro, but the ending was a little too rushed, so it's Science Man.
Scientist Man Martin. That's me's my man.
Scientist Man Martin, yeah, there we go.
He was my favorite character.
Yeah, he's probably mine too at this point.
I guess a better way to do the stream is just talk about random like scenes and stuff like that. Just like talk about the movie in general, instead of just going through like each thing in order. Just talk about random stuff. But
yeah, that's true.
Cole, you're next. I'm gonna have you go next because that's on the things.
So what was the question again?
It was like, what'd you think of like the story in general and the characters and stuff?
I thought most of them were like, again, it was good. Like Arho got some pretty good development, although the ending. The professor character was easily my favorite character.
Scientist
I
Man.
don't know. I found him nice. I do like how the movie does reference Sydney on the Edge of Battle. Like it didn't just kind of happen. Like it actually kind of meant something. Then like I like the whole concept of like Ghidorah and everything on how he works. I thought that was very cool, and I didn't really like the villain very much. Like I thought he was very kind of one note, and I felt like I've seen that kind of character many times. And they didn't really do a good twist with it or anything. They just kind of went by the numbers, and I wasn't that big of a fan of it. But I mean, the story is just fine for what it is. Like, it's definitely an improvement. Like, stuff actually kind of mattered in this one, unlike From the Edge of Battle, where it literally not much really mattered until like the last 10 minutes, and that's when plot important stuff finally happened. Well, this movie, plot important stuff just kept happening, and it made the movie flow a lot better. And Godzilla felt more important in this one. And just like I just thought the movie was just better paced, and the story's fine for what it was. Although that ending really dragged it down because I didn't like certain aspects of that ending. But other than that, I thought the story and characters were fine for what it was.
All right, Kyle.
I thought the story was pretty fucking good for the most part. Not really because it's like the whole story basis. Because honestly, this movie without the first two wouldn't be able to stand. Hands down, the first two movies, you have to see them first for this movie to work, I think.
Well, yeah.
But I think the whole religious element, great choice for them to go with that. It really felt really well done. It feels like they put time and effort into the whole religious element in this movie. It feels like they actually took effort on the story really well with this one. I didn't think the other two were bad written or anything. I just think might want to hide that for a third party destroys you.
Okay. It's got to be there the whole time.
Oh boy. Corey, this
just-
stream being canned.
I'm just saying, I think the religious thing really stood out to me. I think it's something that, although not every Godzilla movie sees it, it's something I would like to see every once in a while, since back in the older movies, these monsters were treated like gods after all. And the new King of the Monsters isn't doing that. So it's like, the way they did it with this movie, I thought it was great.
But here's a question for you. Would it be a religion? Or would it be a cult? Because they have them eat soup, drinking.
Oh, the soup.
That was a pretty bad reference.
Well, here's the thing: religion is a cult.
Whoa.
So I'm just saying. Well, I'm part of it. I'm just saying that I think the way they did it in this movie is great. I think honestly, in times like this, where there's like giant fucking monsters and stuff, I think that's something that would happen. There would be cults and stuff based on the monsters and beliefs. So I think that was all well done. I think Methes was really good in this movie for the most part, because he's been kind of the character that's kind of been almost like sidestepped throughout the series so far. He hasn't really had spotlight. He's kind of just been pushed to the side. He's had some moments here and there. This movie, they really made him shine, and I love that. Because he's been the most interesting kind of background character, where it's kind of just like, what is his intentions? He's just kind of there. I think the way that they just made him like the final like human antagonist was a great choice, especially the way they did it. I think they did a great job with the way they built him up throughout the series. Horror, probably the best in this movie. Not really much of a screamer. He actually like seemed logical about things. He went through, whatever the word is.
Character arc.
Not the word I was not what I was trying to
Not that
say.
one. Okay.
But he has went through a character arc through all these movies, going from like the one coming to Earth, be like, "I'll kill you, you bastard!" Now we're finally getting to this point where it's like, he's kind of settled down, and it's more of like a calm, "I'll
He
kill
has
you."
more emotion.
He's a family man.
He's like, yeah, like he'll cry one minute and then be like, and then he'll softly whisper in your ear, "I'll kill you, you bastard." And then, but I think they did a great job with him. The professor guy, whatever you forget his name.
Scientist man Martin.
Yeah, Martin.
Best character.
Martin, you know, I think he's not really changed that much throughout the series. Personally,
Steve
maybe
Martin.
I know it's a reference. Maybe I need to go back and watch. And I don't know. I just feel like he hasn't changed that much throughout the series.
He's the best character though.
Yeah, I mean, he was still a good character. I just feel like he's been the most kind of static.
He's just the background guy, but he's a side character.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a static character. I mean, like Attack on Titan has Levi, and that's a fan favorite. You know, and then I think they did a great job with the twins. Like the twins were a lot better in this movie. They actually kind of spoke English. And
Wait, hold on. I need to ask a question.
Yeah.
Are you eating another taco, Cole?
Ciao.
He's eating another taco.
I got another one.
Oh my god.
Though, like I'm saying, though, I think the human characters, all that shit was great job. B plus, A minus to the team that wrote it. I think that was definitely the standout part in this movie because you kind of went into it not expecting such a great human story. Honestly, I think it was actually a really good human story. Now onto the monsters, though. Godzilla, you know, he's just kind of however this series Godzilla is.
Watch, hold on. We're gonna save the monsters for their own separate thing.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Overall, though, I really like the story. I think the human characters were great. I'm guessing we're not talking about the ending yet and that whole thing yet.
Oh, we'll get to the ending.
It'll have its turn.
I have stuff to say about it personally, even though I know everyone's gonna be sitting on it. I'm probably gonna be the only one kind of saying good things about it. But
I have a couple good things, but it's mostly negative. We'll get to that though.
But you know, like I said, overall, I think this movie did great. I like, you know, the first movie. I don't remember kind of how they wrote the human arcs. The second movie, I think the first movie was kind of just revenge, or I don't know. But the second movie is kind of just like, you know, advancement of technology and like you know what I mean, like the problems it causes this world. We're advancing too fast for ourselves, you know, kind of themes like that. Well, this movie just has a really good religious theme and cult theme, and I think overall this movie really did a great job with the religious take, and I think that's what this movie needed. Everything with the characters are great. The only thing that really kind of bugged me, honestly, now I'm thinking about it, I don't know, the thing that was weird was the on space stuff.
What do you mean on space stuff?
Like the spaceship.
Oh, you mean the stuff like the last you see of that spaceship?
Yeah. I mean, I know.
What do you mean?
I just like what?
I don't know. I said, what do you mean? Continue your thoughts, sir.
Anyway, so I mean, like, kind of a lot of that stuff with them. I thought it was kind of going good, especially that argument between the Il Saludo and the human in the one room. You know, argument I'm talking about.
Yeah. So like right at the beginning.
This one where they're like, "Do we arrest Haro or let him go free? Is he a hero? Bad? Whatever." Then it just kind of turned into, give me what you want or take away your power source.
We got guns to your back, and if you don't give us what you want, you're gonna get your blame.
I don't know, that's just
Wait a minute. Is that a dragon? And they all just
oh my god!
I don't know, that just kind of felt a little awkward to me. That whole thing where it's just kind of like, give us what we want, or you can't have power, faggot.
I feel like it could have been better if it had more time to play out until Ghidorah comes down and is like, oh yo, let me just yeet y'all out of here.
Well, Ghidorah shows up and then they're like, oh no, what do we do? We're all fucked now. You should have turned the power on. Oh shit.
Hey, they had to get rid of that ship somehow.
Okay, we died 40 seconds ago. Our heartbeat stopped. What? Oh no, there's Ghidorah. Hi. Which, by the way, that shit was kind of cool.
Yeah.
That scene was the best scene in the entire anime trilogy.
Other than that, I think the other thing that kind of bothered me too was the whole religious element. I don't remember how, like, on the spaceship. I'm not talking about on Earth. I'm talking about on the spaceship. I don't remember how present it was in the first two movies, but this movie is just kind of there. It's just kind of like everyone was just kind of worshiping randomly. I don't remember the first two movies that well. But I don't remember them really worshiping in the first two movies. They just kind of talked about the religion. But this one, they're full on like, yeah, everyone's like worshiping. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of there. And then everyone dies. Yeah. But I think overall, that's my thought. That's my summed up thoughts. Summed up.
Why cool with a picture?
No, I'm sitting here. I'm like thinking summed up. I'm like thinking summed up my ass.
All right.
So you can your stream.
I think the story was pretty good. I mean, the characters, Haro, definitely is better in this movie than the other two. I mean, I think he was pretty one note in the first movie. Didn't really have much emotion or anything. Second movie did improve him, but I think this one definitely is at his best. Memphis, I thought it was weird how like this went from a character. I'm not bad weird, but it was a character who was definitely, he was one of the.
By the way, this is the final taco.
Is this your third one?
No, this is like my sixth one.
What's wrong with you?
I don't have a life and I hate myself.
How can you do this? How are you not going to just die?
Dude, your asshole's gonna be bleeding later so bad.
Ew! I was hoping someone would make a joke like that, but Cole, are they tiny tacos?
Tiny tacos.
Are they normal sized?
That's what she said.
If they're normal sized, I'm gonna
Taco,
kick you
I
from
don't
the
know.
stream.
Small. They're definitely small.
All right, but I thought it was weird how he went from like one of the just characters to the main villain of this movie. He went all crazy. He lost it, including the part where he's like, "I'm gonna take the stone. I'm gonna shove it right in my eye hole."
I did not like that scene. It creeped me out.
And then Scientist Man Martin, my favorite man. He's the best man of science. It's interesting how he was at the beginning of Monster Planet, and then after the Surham attack, he kind of disappeared. Sitting on the edge of battle, he had more of a relevance, and then this one, he was pretty much like the secondary main character who didn't lose his mind and shove a rock in his eye.
He was the best character in the movie.
He's a legend.
He's better than Bill Nye the Science
He
Guy.
didn't drive a bird mech into Godzilla and kill himself.
What? No, that was Harlow.
Yeah, I said that's why I said he didn't.
Oh, he did. Okay. Hold on. Let's see. The fight and Mothra's twist appearance is what I liked. Yeah, that was good.
No,
We're talking about the Enola Gay.
No, we'll get to the Enola Gay. So that's actually something I'm going to mention after the characters here. The people on the ship, they all got mucked.
They died.
The girl character who was always like the one controlling things, and the captain guy, then Mr. Man with glasses who thought Godzilla's roar was thunder in the first movie. Remember that? But you don't remember that. And then the Bill Salu, like leader guy, he blows up. And also the one that whole attack on the whole actually here, we'll just get into that scene, like we'll talk about the scene separately, but well that was
whoa, what was that?
the only roar Ghidorah had in the movie.
Hello there, Norsky Way. What was the other thing? All right, something I thought was interesting. It went with the religious way, which is interesting because like the last one was all the Saludo technology and shit. This one's all Exif religion stuff.
Basically,
Also, both aliens start off as good guys and then they become the villain of the movie.
maybe they've always been the bad guys.
Yeah, pretty much.
Plot twist.
But I thought it was really interesting because we have this space noodle who's coming down and messing up space and time. He's bending space and time to his will, and it makes no sense. Like everything about Ghidorah doesn't make any sense. But that's
that
kind of the point.
whole bending, like the space time thing, that I found kind of odd.
We're talking about the
Ghidorah
monster.
to do.
No, we're not talking about the monsters yet. But here,
Don't make me say it. Don't make me say it.
Oh no!
Nigeria needs your help. Please donate like $5. That's all they need. They're
all
sorry.
right.
He's
But-
a Nigerian prince. It's a pyramid scheme.
What I thought was kind of weirdly tone-wise. Cole, are you listening? Because I wonder if you agree on this.
No, he's eating his taco.
I'm done with the taco.
So
No, you're not.
we have this space dragon who's going into this interdimensional, or he's nothing about it makes any sense, which is intentional. And then we have, hello, Katie Tilston. Wow, I messed that up.
Nice one, Corey.
So So we go from that, and then met a man with an elf with a rock in his eye, who's like
Evil
hypnotizing Haruo, and then you just see Haruo for like 10 minutes, I might add, floating through all this stuff in math or whatever. I'm kidding, it's not math. He's going through the Matrix, and they're talking to each other. And then it gets into the stuff where it talks about Godzilla and how he was the creation of the nuclear bomb and all that. And I was like, wait, well, now we're getting into this kind of stuff? It's kind of a weird mix. But the best thing ever is when we get... remember in 1945 when Haruo and Metfis flew the Enola Gay to Japan and blew Hiroshima up?
Yeah.
That was so weird when it just cut to the fucking Enola Gay and it's like, oh god, they blew up. They're the ones who did it.
When they were inside
They created Godzilla.
It took me a very long time to realize it was the Enola Gay. When they first showed it, I thought they were in the Millennium Falcon.
And then we have there's that other scene which is actually on my screen right now. It's when it shows Haruo
I love that screenshot.
with the plans to the nuclear bomb and all that, and it's got like this black and white tone to it. It's interesting, but it's also kind of weird because then you cut to the space dragon picking up giant Godzilla, who's also not being picked up on sensors, can't be touched, is in another dimension, but technically here. I want to tell you, it was hell reading through those really quick, because I watched the Japanese version. It was hell reading through those subtitles because it went by really fast.
Oh, shut up.
Dub.
This is not like Shin Godzilla in theaters.
Oh boy. All right, that's about it. I like the story. I like the characters. None of them really bothered me too much. Now, next thing we can talk about are the monsters.
Actually, are we going to talk about the trilogy as a whole? Or
that'll be like probably last thing.
Okay, because I got some stuff.
All right,
I want to go first.
No, I was going to change this around. I'm going to go first now.
But I want to talk about my favorite monster in the movie.
Why are you five?
No, guys, Mothra was fucking amazing.
I'll get to that.
All
right. First of all, I'm gonna go first just so I can say my stuff and then I'll hear your guys.
Well, you're adopted.
Maybe I am adopted. No, okay. All right. First monster, Godzilla. Same Godzilla we got in the last movie, and also the one that appeared at the end of Monster Planet. Godzilla Earth is amazing. Like, he's freaking amazing. Oh, you know what I just realized? Here's a disappointment. Godzilla never used his wave attack in this movie, where he pukes up air, and it doesn't E-rape sound effect.
Yeah, he didn't.
Wait.
Tail whip one, the last one, either.
Yeah, I know. But the Scullieth wave is cool.
Which one did he do that? And I haven't watched those movies since the summer.
He did it in Monster Planet, and they did it in City on the Edge of Battle.
Probably should have watched those ones before going into this one.
I watched Monster Planet and City on the Edge of Battle last weekend. Or I mean, on Saturday and Sunday. Or Friday and Saturday. So yeah, Godzilla Earth was just as awesome as usual.
Check my Instagram. Or my kaiju game.
Alright. I guess I'll talk about Mothra next. Alright, first of all, speaking, Mothra, apparently Mothra actually destroyed the Enola Gay right after Metphius and Haruo destroyed Hiroshima.
Yeah, because
all right, when I heard, I got kind of spoiled that Mothra gets a cameo in this movie, but what they said, I don't think it was you actually. I think it was someone in another group chat, but someone they said, of course, all it is her shadow, and it's just like for like 5 seconds. I was like, oh, well, that's stupid. So what I always pictured in my head was just the Mothra egg and then the shadow going over it. I was like, that's probably all we're gonna get, but actually, her cameo is really cool, even though you only see her shadow, yes, but she flies past the Enola Gay and destroys it. And I was like, honestly...
can we emphasize it's the Enola Gay?
And also, she roars and everything. I was like, okay, that was actually... Like, her cameo was actually really cool. And...
Corey.
What?
Not sorry to interrupt you, but, like, are you going to change pictures for each topic?
Oh, no, I was just putting random pictures on there.
Why don't you... We might as well put a picture of the Enola Gay.
Here, alright, I'm gonna just change... I'll change the picture, because Kyle has a good point. I can change every once in a while. We're gonna take Cole's favorite picture away.
Oh, he's sad. He's gonna go eat a sad taco.
I'm out of tacos. I'm gonna eat my foot.
Why can't we have some meat?
Arby's, you lied to me.
I just want to get some cold cuts.
We gotta get back on
Get
topic.
some cold cuts. All right. Let me just get the picture up here. I might as well do one that's actually related to what we're talking about.
We cannot do a stream together. It always goes to hell really quick.
If it's
Who cares?
Well, Kyle, the Infinity War one we did actually went pretty well that one time.
Yeah, but that was because it was you, me, and Vinny.
That's true.
All right. King Ghidorah.
He's cute.
Definitely one of the most.
Why do you make everything sexual?
How's that sexual? Can I not call someone?
That's what she said. That's what she said.
So if I call it cute, does that mean I want to like give him cabeza in the bathroom?
Oh my god, with that thing? Good luck.
All
You know how long it is? I don't know if you make it.
Oh, what's this? YouTube's calling me. Oh, my stream getting flat. I'm getting.
Don't worry, they can't speak
I'm
Spanish.
gonna download an MP4 of this stream once we're done, just in case.
Just take all these lines out of context.
I can't believe all you guys can speak Spanish. That's fucked up.
All right.
Hola. Come on.
Ghidorah. One of the monsters that was everyone saw this and they're like, well, it sucks. It's
Except
ass.
for me. And it
I-
paid off.
Saw it and I was like, you know what? It looks kind of cool. My least favorite Ghidorah design, but I think it's pretty cool and it's definitely grown on me. And seeing it in the movie, yeah, it is really cool. Actually, here, I'm going to quickly bring up. So in the movie, yes, we only get that head there. We only get, well, okay, we get 3 heads, but they're just really, really, really noodle. They're big noodles.
And you also get like 3 shots of the body, but it's like the same animated shot each time.
Yeah, it's the same silhouette each time, but I'm actually going to search up an image of the figure, even though everyone knows what this looks like already.
Don't we get an actual image, not just a silhouette?
Yeah, don't look at the figure. Just go to the concept arts that had the full Ghidorah design.
No, don't go to the concept art. So you get taken down by a third-party company.
Probably.
Fair point. Yeah, what the fuck? my picture was from the movie.
Oh, I don't know.
Oof. Goodbye, Corey. It
All
was
right,
nice knowing
but here we have the
banana peel.
Yeah, it
It's
looks like a banana.
I'm loving
So
it.
this is pretty much what the body looks like. It's kind of hard to tell, but he's really anorexic. He has really long legs.
You have a problem
It
with
has
banana?
from wings.
He's belly atrocious. He's got fucking anorexia.
Oh! I did not like Belly Atrocious.
Neither did I.
Shots fired.
All right. So here we have his head again. I like the design. Even like the body, you don't see it other than that one silhouette, and it's the same shot over and over again. But he was cool. He didn't do too much. Well, actually, no, that's not true at all. He did, but during the fight, not too much happened physically. He just sort of picked up Godzilla, or bit Godzilla, then picked him up. But then shit got good. But we'll talk about the fights eventually. So overall, yeah, I actually did like Ghidorah. Also, I loved how they used the Showa roar. Like, I don't think it was really coming from him, but it was like a lot. You hear the Showa roar quite a few times in this movie.
And the show
I
a
thought
flying,
that was cool.
and the show a flying sound effect.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh yeah,
that-
he doesn't shoot gravity. He doesn't shoot anything out of his mouth, which was a little
They
disappointing.
just shoot out of his sides.
But he does affect the gravity.
Yeah, it's so weird with this Ghidorah. Pretty much, he's in another dimension, but he's here. So Godzilla can't touch him, but he can touch Godzilla. He doesn't appear on anyone's radar or anything. It says he's not there. And when Godzilla tries to use that final attack that he did in City on the Edge of Battle, Ghidorah just cools him off.
Maybe they
So-
don't show up on Infrared at all.
Wow.
Wheatley's reference. You like that one, Corey?
Yeah, so it was just very interesting. And then I like eventually Haruo gets away by mucking Mephius. Yeah.
Head squeeze.
Godzilla's eventually able to, hit Ghidorah, and it's actually a really cool fight scene, but we'll get to that when we get to that. So,
My turn.
all right, yeah, we'll go with Kyle next, and then we'll go
Yay!
We'll go Cole and Raymond.
I'll give you cabeza for that. Anyways, so
I don't know what that is. Talk, damn it. Talk, damn it.
Google Translate.
Talk.
Spanish to English. Anyway, so we anyway, so I honestly really I enjoyed this door more than I thought I was going to. Like there's some small things, like for example, there's close-up shots of his face. You can see all of his eyes and his pupils moving and shit. I thought that was a really cool little detail. Like his little eye, all of his eyes and all the pupils they have.
Oh yeah, I saw those moving.
So I don't know if a lot of people noticed that he had pupils. But I was really interested. The way they introduced him, they start building it up more and more and more throughout the movie, where it's like with the religious thing. So finally, one of the coolest introductions, Ghidorah, where he comes in as a shadow and just starts eating people's heads and cutting their arms off.
Oh yeah, that was that scene.
Yeah, that was a bit of a disturbing scene.
Speaking of disturbing scene.
I thought that scene personally was one of the standout scenes of the movie. I heard about it.
Yeah, definitely.
Before the movie came out, I heard about the scene, which is a scene I've been wanting to talk about. But man, actually seeing it executed. Then there's the shot where Ghidorah attacks the spaceship, the one head. And
that was
a epic scene too, because like they're all trying to figure out why they're like 40 seconds behind in time.
Yeah.
And, like they find out they're dead before they're even dead.
It's like the ball drop delay.
And then I'm also curious now too, because later on Ghidorah, the way he's able to do everything, is they said there's another that someone's basically seeing for him. So I'm assuming that guy on the spaceship was kind of his eyes when he attacked it, because later on the portal that he comes out of moves to the Earth, and then Methy's the way he's able to like act on Earth is through Methy's eyes. So I'm wondering if when he was in space he had to teleport up into space and then down to Earth because the guy on the spaceship was like controlling him, that's just a game theory.
Okay, no.
But no, it's kind of interesting the way he kept twisting around the ship, and then you see like lightning bolts and stuff coming off him that represent like the classic Ghidorah, like gravity beams. You know what I mean? That whole shot was really cool, and then that's where the Bill Saluto are like, we shouldn't have been acting 5. Fuck. And then when they said, wow, there's no life like signals left. Are we dead? And then there's like, what? And then you just see Ghidorah's head coming at it. Well, that was interesting. Also, I did like when they were worshiping him, the show of sound effects playing.
That was very cool.
Someone told me before the movie he made no sound effects, but he did make a few like distinct Ghidorah sound effects that are like not distinct as in they're Ghidorah known, but like almost like Godzilla, where in the last movie he had some custom roars that are new just for that movie. Ghidorah had a couple too, I noticed.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Sound effects that are like brand new that never been used before. Then the thing moves down to Earth. Another one of the coolest scenes, honestly, probably one of the coolest Ghidorah scenes. Godzilla shoots his atomic ray and it just curves. And then
that was a cool.
And then the humans are like, our monitors say the ray never actually curved. And then he shoots another one and it just starts curving into the ground and everything blows up, and they're like, it did not curve on our monitor. So how did it? What happened? How did it hit the ground? If it never actually curved, or that's an illusion, how is it destroying the ground and shit? Then Ghidorah attacked Godzilla. I thought Godzilla seemed very interesting since it's the first time we actually seen him fight. He was swinging a lot and using his tail, and like, I'm like, wow, this Godzilla's definitely showing himself to be more of a brawler. I kind of thought he would just stand there and maybe kind of slightly move his hand. No, he was like twisting his hips and that shit and everything.
Yeah, because he's not Shin. I'm kidding.
Yeah. And then the other Ghidorah's heads came down. That I think that's where the fight kind of got. Like, it wasn't for a little bit. It was fine. Then it's like we cut back to it, and we're doing it again. And we cut back to the humans that are more interesting. Then back to the Ghidorah fight. Wow,
at this point, he's literally just like holding him.
Godzilla's now Scarlet Godzilla, and the humans are saying, "Oh my God, we still can't see him." They go back to the the stuff with the humans. Pretty interesting stuff. That was a really great scene. Back to the monsters. Oh, he's floating now. We still can't see him. Then obviously another interesting detail is whenever Methys ends up destroying the eye, like his eye ends up getting destroyed. the Ghidorah heads kind of start turning brown. Like,
yeah,
they're like a really dark gold. They're like kind of flashing when they actually are in the real world. Then Godzilla just fucking mucks them because they didn't know what to do. I guess I was kind of confused why they couldn't do anything at that point. Because as soon as he did that, he just started like destroying them. I thought he was going to kiss of death, the one at one point. Instead, he just ripped his jaws open. I was like, oh, dude, that would have been so sick to see Godzilla do the kiss of death on a Ghidorah.
Yeah.
Because you won't see that shit in 2019, I don't think.
Who knows?
I probably do. One more detail, another detail I found interesting was, we're going into 2019 King of the Monsters, and a big thing is that, when Ghidorah flies, a big lightning storm with yellow electric shoots out. Then you look at this movie. Ghidorah arrives and flies in, and there's a giant lightning storm with golden lightning.
Yeah.
That's really weird how we get two movies in 2019 and have that same thing. And everyone watch the fans be like, King of the Monsters copied that from the anime movies.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if people were like, oh my god, the anime movies copied that from King of the Monsters.
Oh my god, they're like, they just finished this movie like 2 weeks ago. They copied it.
Yeah. The hate for this movie, or this whole anime trilogy, is quite relentless, but we'll get to that later.
Oh, I'm going to have me some fun with that one.
Overall, very interesting Ghidorah. I think design choice is really good. I love my banana peel figure. It's really nice.
Oh yeah, same. I got mine yesterday.
Oh wow!
Sorry about how I hit it. Or not, I hit it. Brody hit it.
It took a long time for you to get that, man.
Oh, you know what? The thing is, the one I ordered from Hobby Link Japan, that's still not here yet.
The Vinyl Hungry Pirates.
I gave in and ordered it on Amazon. Because I was like, you know what? I ordered that thing in November. I think something went wrong. Because Biollante did, that took the longest, but that didn't take that long. Plus, some Ultraman figures I ordered right after that. Ghidorah arrived before he did, weeks ago.
Then the Ghidorah theme. I still think the anime Ghidorah theme is pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
He did that. I mean, there were some interesting song choices in this movie, too, but I'm sure we'll talk about small things like that later on. Unless we were supposed to earlier when we're talking about the movie itself.
Well, now it's just sort of a sporadic discussion.
Fuck Obama.
Not that sporadic.
I'm just saying. Again, like I'm saying, though, yeah. So
okay,
that's my thoughts on Ghidorah. I'm sorry. You can
All
go.
right. Wait, Cole. Kyle, you already gave your thoughts on Mothra, technically, but yeah, Raymond, what were your thoughts on Ghidorah, Mothra, and Godzilla and all that?
Ghidorah, I loved. The scene where he annihilates the spaceship was easily my favorite scene in the entire trilogy. Like I said earlier, a lot of people are hating on the new design.
Oh my god, guys! Ultraman Orb commented on my post. I'm honored. I'm kidding. Oh no, he said something interesting. He said "rip." I don't know who that is or why they said "rip." But okay, continue.
Okay, everyone was hating on the Ghidorah design, but I was willing to give it a chance, and I'm glad I did because I love the new stuff they were going for.
And it loves you.
This movie. Oh.
Sorry, guys. It's a sporadic conversation.
Kyle, I think... Moving on. Mothra was a silhouette.
But she took out the Enola Gay! What's so funny?
Raymond he just goes like, Mothra, a silhouette.
Yeah, let me rephrase this. An Enola Gay destroying silhouette.
Okay, all right, hold on. I'm getting to that. You got to keep with me here.
Aurora Borealis.
That's what Ghidorah was.
I like the shape because that's all you can really.
Oh yeah, I like the shape.
We have a true critic, ladies and gentlemen. We have a true critic.
I like the shape of Mothra.
Whoa! You're big gay.
Kyle, you want to repeat that?
god.
I have lost all that is left of my hearing. Thank you very much.
All right, Raymond, continue.
Okay, so Mothra was a silhouette and destroyed the Enola Gay. That's all I have to say about that. Godzilla was...
Gay.
Well, I mean, I like the anime design. I really do.
He's gonna be negative. Shit.
I really dig it. I like how big and huge he is, and
God damn it, what's going on? Why are you gonna phrase everything?
Can someone please? Can someone clip that, please? And just put that out of context. That is.
It's quick so you bang it. That's what she said.
Speaking of gay, dude, I'm just gonna have a video of that and just have a picture.
Raymond, please start up a YouTube channel. Just the first video of you saying, "Guys, I'm gay for Godzilla Earth." It's official.
Okay,
I just have a picture of Jordan and just say that in the background.
All right, Raymond, continue your thoughts.
Okay.
Oh no, Jada looks like a smack.
Ultraman Orb likes your description of Mothra, by the way.
Well, she is a shape. Well, she is a silhouette and has a nice shape, nice figure. But
Oh my god.
Okay.
You're not helping yourself.
Well, it ain't bad.
I'm doing this on purpose.
It's okay. It's okay.
Godzilla Earth is a very big boy.
He's big fungus.
Haru fucked an insect.
We'll get to that.
Okay, alright. I'll get back on track now. So, okay, the Monster Planet Godzilla is 1,000 feet tall. He's massive, and I feel like I'm trying to be
every single sentence.
Cole, can you do a better job?
We get it. You get it. You like the girth of Godzilla.
You
Earth.
like his eyes. I get it.
I just feel like they could do more.
What?
I don't know. Oh my god.
All right, that's it. Raymond's over. He's done.
No, Raymond, you like Godzilla Earth. We get it.
One more thing, please.
What?
You get smacked by that big tail.
God damn.
What now, Raymond?
I wish they could have done more showing off the scale of him.
God damn it, Raymond! No,
I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
I think they did a pretty good job of that shot when Ghidorah picked him up. You can see right under his legs.
I was serious that time, though. I wasn't trying to make any jokes.
Cole, you're next. What do you think of the monster designs and
okay,
stuff?
Okay. My turn? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're Kaiju. King Ghidorah. I think the whole idea of King Ghidorah in this was very interesting take on the character. I mean, I thought it was... I mean, you don't really see the full body unless if it's like a silhouette, which I think it's fine.
Also,
I mean, it looks kind of like a normal Ghidorah, but then when the three heads do come out, I do like how it's more interesting. It's definitely a neat take on the character. I think design-wise, I like how the eyes are kind of different, and I think the head shape is pretty unique. But other than that, I don't think it's really it doesn't really stick out to me compared to other Ghidorah designs, and I just think he's okay. Godzilla, I mean, he's about what he was in the last movie for me, honestly. They didn't change anything about him. He's pretty much the same. I mean, he's gotten some really cool moments in this movie compared to the last one. And I guess I should just say, King Ghidorah. I feel like I should go back to him because Godzilla, I don't have much to say. But, I think King Ghidorah's, whole concept and everything was really cool. And just, how he's from a different dimension. It was weird how they explained it. It was just kind of magic. But other than that, I thought it was really cool. The way how Godzilla can't really hit him, I thought that was neat. But then when he does eventually get vulnerable, I think that's when the fight really picked up. And let's see, there were some juicy bits in there.
Oh my god.
Other than that, Raymond, you're one to talk. Every sentence you said sounded sad.
Okay.
Raymond, all right. Is anyone else laughing? You're 5, dude. You're fucking 5, man.
Were you the one talking about Mothra earlier, wanting your little Mothra figurine?
What the fuck are you talking about, kid?
Yeah.
You said you like the body shape. You said you're I like Mothra's body shape.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Mothra's in this movie for literally 2 seconds.
And she saves us from Hiroshima.
But she destroys the Enola Gay.
That is very sad. Yes, but I mean, is there really anything to comment? I mean, like you don't really see anything of Mothra, so like I can't.
She's a silhouette. Destroys.
I mean, I
Corey.
liked how they used to show us sound effects, and that goes for Ghidorah. But other than that, that's kind of all I got.
Corey, I love your chat.
Corey.
Corey, did you die?
Everyone should look at Corey's chat.
That's what I'm gonna look up.
Kyle, I already saw it. Oh my lord. What have I done?
We need to make memes out of this, like we used to make memes out of Jagger and Jagger.
I worded it slightly poorly, tried to make a joke, and then tried to be serious again. Corey's like, no!
I really like Godzilla Earth. He's pretty big.
Wait. Okay, can I finish my thing about the scale of Godzilla
Yeah.
Earth? I wish they had done more with it, like showing, like, okay, you know how in Gojira you would get the shots that really established how tall he was?
All right, I come back. Someone said you guys are so weird. What have you been doing?
Read your comment section.
Kyle, why'd you?
Oh my god.
This is a mistake.
So what do we? I had to go for a second. Did you finish talking about the monsters?
Yeah, and Raymond's an immature piece of shit and started laughing at Cole. And Cole
Yeah,
just
it wasn't even supposed to be funny. It was just supposed to be just.
All right. You know what? Since we're all in this mood, no, we're gonna make this. No, we're gonna make this a really random out of order stuff. You guys can talk about Raymond's favorite scene with the bug people.
Corey, I hate you.
Raymond, why don't you go first? Talk about the sex scene in this movie. Well, okay, now you don't actually see anything.
I kind of wish it wasn't in the movie at all. I mean, Corey, you said earlier it serves somewhat of a purpose to the plot. Somewhat.
Yeah. So actually, here I'll just give my quick thoughts on this thing. So, I was like, oh my god, are they gonna have a sex scene in this movie just to show off some anime titties and have no purpose in the plot whatsoever?
better than real titties.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick you.
Don't worry.
I'm feeling a little awkward.
Okay,
I think I gotta go.
All right, no.
You ain't going anywhere. Oh my god, Kyle left.
Oh my god. Kyle, get your ass back here. Alright, so the reason I was like, when I watched the movie, they have that scene because they're trying to pop. Obviously, these people are like primitive, so that sex and stuff isn't weird to them like more normal humans. So it's like, yeah.
I heard something about
Whatever.
Kyle getting his ass back here.
Yeah, I told you to get your ass back here.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm back. I love you.
Alright, so.
I love it. It cuts off.
Yeah, so like they were just trying to preserve the species or whatever. So yeah, at least it wasn't completely pointless. So
Yeah,
Kyle,
look at you.
Kyle, actually, Raymond, you can have fun with the scene if you want, and then Kyle, and then Cole.
I'm just being a part of your comment section.
Oh yeah,
Guys, I gotta say it right now. I was hard as a rock. No, I'm just kidding.
what the hell?
I'm just kidding. That's not at all what I did.
Man,
No, Cole likes peptides confirmed.
man.
That was the strangest thing ever uttered in any of these streams.
What's that girl's name? What's the girl's name? That
There was
last movie.
Mina and Miana.
The girl that horror
Anime Girl 1 and Anime Girl 2.
The girl that he kissed in Sitting on the Edge of Battle.
Oh, that was Thing 1. I'm kidding.
No,
No, oh,
That was not
Yuko, the girl who fucking died, and they actually, I'm
Yuko?
surprised they kept dead.
yeah, Yuka, you know. She looks pretty nice and cozy dead on that bed.
I'm gonna go back again.
my lord.
Okay, guys. So,
I feel like this is
anyway.
my fault.
I feel like they should have showed more to the sex scene. Like, I feel like they should have showed the passion and love between these two people.
Excuse me?
I feel like they should have been shit like legs were kicking and they're kicking fucking lamps over and shit. Like, they were going on, you know?
This is an anime.
Alright,
That
but
was,
Okay.
What would you do? What would you do if you were having sex with a bug?
there's the problem in the sentence. Sex with a bug.
But what if the cockroach?
Kyle, there's no defending this.
But the cockroach, man.
There is no defending this.
I am defending.
There's no defending
I
this.
loved it. It was art, dude.
Oh, okay, Stan.
Okay. But you want to bend Godzilla over, or it sounds like you want him to bend you
Oh my
over.
god.
Oh.
That was one joke. I can't tell if you're joking or not.
Wow, I can't. Wow. Cole didn't mute me that time. I don't feel loved anymore.
I'll do it.
I just gave up. Whose turn
What
is it?
now?
Okay, I'm
Is it my
back.
turn now? Is it my turn now? I guess it's my turn.
Cole, you can go first. You can go second about the.
Wait,
Wait, are we still in this scene?
yes, because I haven't gone yet.
I fine, go.
Kyle,
Look,
Kyle,
I don't.
get off mute.
Look, I mean, like, we really didn't need to be there, like, all things considered, but, like, why? Although the film does kind of give a reason to the very least, but, like, it didn't really need to happen, and it really made me scared when it happened, and I was like, please don't. Please don't.
It kind of felt like it came out of left field.
It really kind of did.
They're in the little hut talking, and then she gets up, and then she just takes her bra off. I'm like, oh my god, it's this scene.
Dude, Haru was like having a freaking mental breakdown and existential crisis, and here she comes like, I'm gonna take my clothes off.
Haru's like, I like to see where Haru's like, get away from me.
He's scared.
He's a
No, don't do it. I'm a virgin.
Oh my god.
All right, no, we're kicking Raymond now.
Hey, that's a meme that was online. You guys must have seen that.
That meme sucked.
That meme is deader than
Uganda.
Raymond's ego.
Fans.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, when I'm saying Sans is a dead meme, you know it's a dead meme. All right, Kyle, you're next.
But what?
You gotta
Talking about that scene?
Gotta talk about the bug fuck scene.
No,
I don't think he was here for me talking about it.
he wasn't.
Oh,
I don't want to go through this again.
Well, I guess I gotta go through this again.
No, you don't. I'll watch it in post. I'll
I
watch it.
feel like it should be more. They should have shown more. I feel like it should have been more violent, like, legs kicking lamps over and fucking smashing them. Like, I'm disappointed I didn't see Haru spitting in her face. Like,
Oh, okay.
All right. This stream is not for the young peoples.
oh yeah,
This has officially been demonetized.
I can't wait to get this. I can't wait to get the stream age restricted.
Probably.
NC-17.
No, watch
Alright.
Corey loses his whole YouTube channel over this.
All right, now we're gonna talk about the scene that doesn't have, or we're gonna talk about a scene that doesn't have any anime. No, that doesn't have any anime tatas.
You're acting like a whole movie, guys.
Hot dogs.
All right. What do you guys think of the? Even though Kyle already talked about this a little bit, what do you guys? I'll have Cole go first. What do you guys think of the Ghidorah summoning scene?
Oh, I'm first. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Put on the spot.
Okay, this movie sucks. There should have been 3 stones for every single head, but no, there's only 2.
Okay. Anyway.
Hey, Jason.
I mean, it's an.
Yes, Kyle. We get it. There's the show of sounds in the.
King Ghidorah. Yes.
That means I'm summoning him.
Oh.
I mean, I like how like Ghidorah's kind of like, got like the way like he's presented like this. I think it's a very neat idea. Like it's something that again hasn't been done yet, and I thought, oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, unless if you kind of want to count GMK in some regard, but not really. But I thought like the whole scene was the scene in the cave though. I love that scene. So
Wait, which one? GMK or Planet Eater?
the Planet Eater when like they summon him in the cave, like the cave happens, and you see the dude, he looks around, and then it cuts to his face. I busted out laughing. During that.
Let me just.
He's pulling it up again.
Let me just get that image up again.
It was
The image that I've been using as my profile picture for a while on Instagram. the picture before he fucking died.
yeah, but like I don't know. I thought it was cool though. Like I thought it was a neat idea.
I mean, yeah, I was like, when they showed the shadow, I was like, okay, that's interesting. But then it went into someone. I was like, oh, okay, that's just. And then it showed his part of his head was gone. I was like, what the fuck?
It's like, oh no, it's all blue for some reason.
Yeah, that's kind of bothered me. It was when they all were blue. That kind of bothered me.
They're
And then,
Smurfs.
like, arm fell off. Like, all these body parts were getting amputated. I was like, oh god.
Yeah, you see
should've-
your whole head just fall.
They shouldn't have censored that. Like they should have just straight up showed the brain.
I mean, they showed Nephius with blood all over his hands. So why not? Why not?
And with the
blood?
weird messed up eye looking like the Terminator.
We guys think I'm serious, but they could probably get away with showing more gore than what they did.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong.
I mean, Japan is Japan.
What'd you think? What'd you think of the scene?
Wait, whose turn is it?
You.
Oh, it's my turn. All right. I thought that was a good scene. Like I've been saying, I really did like all the stuff with Ghidorah in this movie, and I thought the scene in general, it was very good, and it took a very it took a turn. But I thought it helped the movie more. It added that extra little bit of, I don't really want to say terror.
Family friendliness. I'm kidding.
A family picture. It added a little bit more to it. You know, it was a cool scene. That's what I got to say about it. It was a cool scene.
I forgot how dark these movies could be, considering the fact that Monster Planet in the first 10 minutes you see
Yuko got mucked. I just
oh,
wanted
you
to say
see
that.
someone shoot themselves.
That's right. You see, I haven't watched that movie in a long, long time.
All right, Kyle, what'd you think of that scene? Even though you kind of already talked about it.
Honestly, Shakespeare. That's all I have to say.
All right.
No, okay, no, seriously though, like straight up. You didn't want to hear me talk, did you?
No, you can go.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so seriously though, on that scene, I thought it was great. I thought definitely all the build up in this movie with the religious stuff up to that point, just for a scene like that, like it was so. I don't know how to explain it. It's something I've never seen in a Godzilla movie, hands down. And it was so like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like ominous. It's so like ominous and like, I don't know what the other word is. Like you just didn't know what to expect.
Eerie.
Eerie. There's a lot of words to describe it. It was just the way whoever wrote that scene deserves a fucking medal. It was great. The only thing that bothers me about that scene is the fact that two things bother me about that scene. One, why are they blue?
I don't know.
They're Smurfs.
Two, why was the freaking silhouette shot used for a third time in a row? And it's like the guy just kind of screamed to death. Like, why couldn't one of the shadows just kill him?
I don't know.
Overall, I thought this team was really good. I had described me before the movie came out. It was. I'm not sure if it was what I expected or better than I expected, but either way, it was. I think they did a very good job on it. Honestly, it was probably one of the best scenes in the movie. And the anime films, for what they are and the crap they get, they have some of the best shots in Godzilla movies.
Oh yeah. Even
That's
as
a
much
good
as I think City on the Edge.
Yeah,
of
the
Battle is
direction,
anime-
the direction all the way through has been great. Like,
Oh yeah. All right, what's another good scene? We already talked about like the space scene. We'll talk about the fight. Like the fight. Well, did we talk about the final fight yet?
I thought we already did.
I'm pretty sure we touched upon that when we talked about that.
We'll talk about it a little bit more. One thing I love is like the best part of the fight is when Ghidorah becomes like Godzilla can hit Ghidorah. So like that's the best part where Godzilla like slams one of the heads down with his tail. I love when he's grabbing the two jaws and then he just breaks the bottom jaw off. That was great.
I thought he was gonna kiss to death him because his spines were glowing.
That's what I was thinking.
That would have been badass, but he kind of did kiss to death the one.
Yeah, sort of.
In
It
space.
looks like that Ghidorah was the last one was retreating.
Yeah, just like you know what? That's just it's a metaphor. They're talking about the original Godzilla movies, the Showa movies. He in Heisei, he always retreated like a little bitch.
No. You know what? You know what I thought when he was charging up his breath on the final one? I just thought in my mind from King Ghidorah, "Make my day," and then he blows him up.
No, so did Ghidorah open a shield or something? Because it looked like when he opened his mouth, it like kind of stopped the atomic breath a little bit, but I couldn't tell.
I don't know. It seemed like he stopped it for a minute or something, but then it was just too powerful and kind of blew
Godzilla
it.
just like pushed him into his hole and then blew it up.
Yeah, and then that shot where he's destroying all the portals at the end was pretty badass. I think it would have been cool too if they didn't even cut back to Godzilla's face and it just kept it just showed him blowing up all the portals in one like continuous shot, that long distance shot. I thought that's what they were gonna do at first. I was like, that's badass if they do one long continuous no cut take shot, and I thought that was pretty cool. The only thing that's kind of confusing me is why Ghidorah was like turning brown, like flashing then turning brown. But
yeah, I think it was just because he was entering our he was now physically in our dimension, which was weird.
all we're missing now is our Mechagodzilla and Godzilla battle.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of weird too.
What?
All the villain kind of kaiju things in this movie, all were made by the alien organizations in this series. Like Mechagodzilla was to the Bill Saluto, and King Ghidorah was to the Exif.
Well, technically, they didn't make Ghidorah.
They didn't make him; they just captured him. Or apparently, no, he accepted them as their worshippers so he could find the person he needed and be powerful or whatever.
However that works.
It reminds me of like Galactus and Silver Surfer.
That's a good comparison. Except, we actually saw Ghidorah in Rise of the Silver Surfer.
I was about to say.
We saw a shadow.
I thought also too, it was kind of interesting. They didn't show it until the end. I didn't realize that Haruo poked out both of Methy's eyes.
Oh, I thought it was just one. I thought the other one was just closed.
No, he gouged out both his eyes. I didn't realize it till the end where he's dead.
Again,
but
it was
like,
really gruesome.
But yeah, no, he ripped out because there's a shot where he says it's blinding or whatever. I'm like, bitch, you're already blind. You have both your eyes ripped out. Because he rips out his own eye to put in that new thing. And then I don't know what's wrong with him when he's like on his knees and couldn't do anything to defend himself. But Haruo literally, it doesn't show it obviously, but then you find out at the end that Haruo ripped out both that dude's eyes.
Oh, I've got a question about the scene with, Haruo and evil Legolas on the mountaintop. Why was the bug lady strapped to a wooden cross thing like that?
Supposed to be a sacrifice.
I told you they're waiting for Anime King Kong to show up.
I was about to draw a comparison from Children of the Corn. You know what I'm talking about, Corey?
Yeah.
I think it's just supposed to be a sacrifice thing, plus the whole cross position is pretty common for like religious kind of metaphors.
Yeah.
Also Kong.
Oh, I know what scene we're going to talk about next.
What is it?
I don't like his laugh.
Wait, Cole, did you give your thoughts on the final battle already?
Oh no, I have to.
Go ahead.
Are we talking about the entire final battle? Because I just kind of said I gave my thoughts on the ending of the battle.
Well,
But I kind of went into details about the whole battle earlier though, so it's fine.
yeah. I mean, like my main thoughts on the battle, I think it starts off really good when Ghidorah comes down, Godzilla shoots his breath. It just
Yeah, I agree. I think it starts good, then gets boring, then gets good again.
Yeah. All right, Cole. What do you think?
Here's my thing. I think it starts out good. Like I like the whole part of him trying to like get Ghidorah, family get that, and like Ghidorah like and he doesn't know what to do. All that's good. It's when all three heads get onto him, and then the fight just kind of stops. Like not much really happens until he picks him up, and it's like, oh, it's gonna go somewhere. No, we gotta wait another 5 minutes, and then finally when like he finally like gets into the dimension or something like that, like that's when the fight starts to pick up, and then like it turns, and then it's like it's really awesome for like a solid 2 minutes, and then like yeah, then it ends. So I'm really like torn. Like the beginning and the ending are great, but it's like that middle portion, like I didn't like that part, but like I thought it was just okay, but like that last like 2 minutes though was like
Worth it.
that was good. That was worth it.
I thought
that was great.
Honestly though, is anyone gonna talk about there's two things. Literally, I'm the only one talking about this where one, the shot where the beams are curving and everyone's like on our monitor, it says the beams are going straight.
Yeah.
No one's talked about that, and no one's talked about the fact that this Godzilla seems like more of a brawler than we thought. He kind of moved a lot quicker than I thought he would.
I mean, yeah, you get a couple shots where he like swings his hand and it goes through Ghidorah. Then that once the one can finally hit him. No, I love that when Ghidorah was in the dimension now and Godzilla moved his hand back. I was like, oh, he's gonna beat the shit out of him now.
You see it like tap him, and it just kind of bumps him.
Yeah.
And there's electric going from Ghidorah because for some reason Ghidorah doesn't shoot electric. He only just like it kind of comes off of him.
I wish Ghidorah pulled the GMK when he was picking him up. Like, it would have made it a little bit more interesting if, when he was picking up, he started electrocuting Godzilla like he did in GMK.
He kind of was the whole time, though. Like, every time he bit onto him, you see electric pulses flying through Godzilla's body.
Maybe. Oh, Raymond, give it up.
Yeah.
Alright.
Do you want me to just tell you? Like the grade?
Yeah, what do you give it?
9.6 out of 10.
Oh my god.
It's a masterpiece.
Raymond, you know who we're talking about?
Huh?
You know who?
Oh,
Guess
we'll
who-
fill them in after.
What the heck is that? If they should have had Burning Godzilla. Well, Burning Godzilla's not in the enemy series.
It's Scarlet Godzilla, bro.
He almost happened, but then Ghidorah's like, I'm gonna chill you off. Cold. He's
Actually, you know what? Why'd you remind me? There's one thing that pissed me off about this fight.
What?
Why is the spiral leaded uranium ray like canon in the prequel novels, but they didn't use it in the movie to end the series?
Retcon! Just, okay, for the sake of that visual, just imagine SpongeBob doing the imagination thing, but he says retcon.
Alright. Yeah.
What
so
scene are we going to talk about next, Corey?
we're gonna talk about the dream scene.
Oh, no!
That's a great scene.
With
10
the
out of 10.
I was like, what the hell? And then it turned out it was a dream, and I was like, oh my god, did he really? And then alright, basically we get the scene where that one of the girls, the one who's not fucking Haruo, I guess.
The other one.
She goes up to Methius and she's like, what are you doing, bitch? And then he starts doing his little speech like he's trying to sell her stuff. He's like, he whispers in her, he captures her, whispers in her ear, he's like, now bend down and pray. And I was like, I swear to God, this fucker rapes her. I'm turning this off. I'm kidding. And then Haruo comes in. He's like, oh, Haruo, buddy, drink this soup. You're gonna love it. And then he drinks it. He's like, what's in this? He walks over. Methius is still talking his fucking ass off. And then we get the Mina's head, or one of the twins' head, turn around in the soup. I was like, oh my god, he cut her up and he put him in the soup. Oh my god.
You see, I really want to make a joke, but this is also on YouTube, so I'm not going to make it here. No.
Nigeria needs your help.
Alright, so yeah, that was a really fucked up scene. What'd you guys think of that?
Pretty good. I think scenes like that are what this movie needed. Like the kind of dream and flashback sequences and stuff. I think it really added to like the whole torture, like the mental torture and mental stability and like the state of Haruo's mind. You know what I mean? I think having scenes like that really added to the whole religious feel and like how, yeah, there's something more than just real world. This is almost like paranormal.
What's up, Sam the Gigan fan?
Huh?
I just said, what's up, Sam the Gigan fan? Because he said, hey.
And I'm just saying, I think scenes like that helped this movie a lot, especially since they were done fairly well. Like, even you're saying, like, wow, that creeped me out. Like, see, scenes like that were obviously done well. And I think those scenes did a great job of adding to the whole mental breakdown, you know?
Yeah.
That is a good point.
Just like famine.
You know, when you were talking about it, I was thinking of the dream sequence, which I have to read more of that book.
All right, Cole, what about you?
I've been editing it lately.
Oh, for the amazing dream sequence?
Cole sounds like he's got a lot to say.
It was spicy Twitter drama. I'm just kidding.
Spice in the soup.
Is it as spicy as your Taco Bell?
You know what's funny? When I was watching that scene, all I could think of is like, what was it? It was like, why are you buying clothes at the soup store?
I was about to say I meant soup.
Wait, no, it's like,
Why are you buying clothes at soap?
Haruo was like, Bug Twins, where are you? One of them, I'm at soup. Why is the Kahoot music playing?
No.
Is that the stupid Minecraft meme you sent?
It's pretty funny.
Anyway,
Oh, this is a live stream.
Look,
No time.
listen,
Am I
listen,
bleeding?
listen. Oak 12 is going to be a better movie than Godzilla.
All right, Kyle. I mean, Cole, continue.
Okay. Anyway, okay. So I thought it was at first. I thought what was actually happening like legitimately happened for a second.
Yeah, I thought that too.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that's a girl, and oh no, and then like he wakes up, and I was like, oh, it's a dream. Gotcha. But I don't know. It was weird. Like I don't know how to put it. It was. I mean, like, it just kind of came out of nowhere. Like he's just like dreaming or something, and the next thing you see is like you think what he's seeing is what happened when really it's not. So I guess the movie fooled me, but at the same time, I'm just like, huh? And then, like you don't really see that girl for like the rest for like a while. So it's like, what happened?
Yeah, I was like, what did he actually do to her though?
Yeah, so like I was kind of confused when that was over.
All right, Raymond, what about you? Kyle, you're still muted, by the way. Unmute yourself.
Okay, so when it comes to dream sequences in movies, you can have one of two kinds. One of them could be like Jaws: The Revenge, where it's just a cheap fake out scare, and it's like, oh, just a dream. The other could be like Aliens, where it establishes an important character trait that is pretty important throughout the movie. This one feels more like Aliens than it does Jaws: The Revenge, and that's a very, very good thing. Because like Kyle said, it does... I wouldn't say establish, it reinforces the what Haruo is going through in this movie. Because he does grow a lot as a character, and it reinforces that, and it's not just a fake-out jump scare.
Agreed. All right, let's see. Another thing to think about, or I mean, talk about. Well, Kyle, I don't know where Kyle is. I muted him as a joke, and now he's just not coming back. What's another good scene to talk about? I don't want to get to the ending just yet. I feel like there's one more thing.
Hybrid News Network is a really good channel.
No, there's not.
Where did that come from?
Oh, heyo!
Just like how they're saying the director wants Gigan and Biontane in the Monsterverse, even though they literally took out of context what he said.
I hate that channel.
Fuck that channel. No, I don't know. There's a few things you can talk about. You can talk about, not even talking about the ending. Well, are we going to talk about the after credit scene too?
I don't want to talk.
Well, we'll get to that when we talk about the ending, because that's...
But you could also talk about, well, you could talk about what was kind of going on with the scene where during the final fight where the human, like Mepsis and Haruo were kind of having their individual fight. You can kind of talk about the kind of flashes and how that was kind of demonstrated. And
Oh yeah, like the whole how he sort of with his little
Like-
black eye, he hypnotized Haruo and he's giving him all these visions and stuff.
like he was showing him stuff like, you know, what would happen if Ghidorah showed up and saved everyone whenever like Godzilla came and killed your parents or whatever. And it was like, then his grandpa or whatever was pulling him, and then it's like it's Mephies, and then there's a point where his grandpa's like, "Thank you for killing us."
We already talked about the cult summoning scene, God Game Fan.
Oh yeah, there was also the twist where evil Legolas, I don't know if this was a twist because I haven't seen the first two in a long time, but evil Legolas sent the old people out there and then kaboom, they died.
No, that was a twist.
That was a twist, okay. I thought so.
But Mothra's 5-second cameo was awesome.
Her design, I'm not sure, even though you can't hardly see it, I'm still not sure how I feel about it. What you could see of it.
I think it was
Like-
fine. It was like normal Mothra for the most part.
Not really. I mean, like her antennas look
It was
really
a lot more like
interesting.
normal. Oh wait,
Wings looked a little more distinct than usual.
And then like
more-
there was like big puffy things on the wings.
Mm.
I don't know what that was, but there were some big puffy things on like the back of Mothra's wings.
she destroyed the Enola.
Mr. H reviews. You're turning in the Hybrid News Network, and I hate to see you go.
Wait, what?
Mr. H reviews is turned into HN, the Hybrid News Network, and it's sad to see him start fading to the dark side.
I feel like I've seen some of his videos before.
I can't believe I have to watch a good soldier fade to the dark side of the Force.
You either die here or live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Remember ETN? Alright.
Remember Goji Fan?
Oh, you mean I was coming back for the 18,000th time?
Oh!
Serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys,
It's not entirely as a Godzilla channel. It's more just like a hobby. It's gonna do.
you know what, guys?
Still frustrating.
You know what, guys?
Wonder,
You know what, guys?
just continue.
No.
Instead of doing, like 4 years of stuff. I'm sorry, that was really dumb. Like, I mean, he was like my favorite YouTuber of all time, but I'm like, why delete everything? It makes no sense.
If he's gonna come back, you know what we have to do?
Hmm?
We have to summon King Ghidorah.
Yeah, you know what we have to do? We gotta say 84 sucks.
Then Jordan will be on Goji Fan's side, even though Jordan's constantly said that he doesn't like him. But then he's coming back. He's like, I'm happy he's coming back.
Oh my god.
All right, we're getting off topic. I guess we can talk about the ending now.
I thought King Kong was pretty good in this movie. No, there's got to be more to talk about. You're not thinking hard enough.
Well, what's the
Okay, comment section. Give us topics.
I just want to talk about how stupid the ending was.
What's your thoughts on the soundtrack and the way?
Oh, the soundtrack.
Oh, it was good.
And we can talk about some small stuff because I think that could kind of be an ending talk. So I got some small stuff I just realized we could talk about that we're not really focusing on.
Well, first of all, the soundtrack. I love the Monster Planet soundtrack. Really good. Actually, ironically, City on the Edge of Battle is my favorite of the three. This one, I like it too, but it's probably my least favorite of the three.
City on the Edge of Battle though has more of like a
Techno.
like a techno feel to it.
This one has much more of a. It's what's the word?
Orchestrated.
Yeah, I guess that's a good one. We already talked about the fight with Godzilla and Ghidorah.
And then I don't know. No one else talking about what their thoughts on the. I thought a lot of the soundtrack pieces were good, although a lot of them were used a lot. Like there's this one soundtrack that was used like every time they went. They would cut to the King Ghidorah and Godzilla fight, and then they would cut back to Methes and them, and then they used to sing soundtrack like every time. And then there's some really interesting soundtrack they used whenever Godzilla started killing Ghidorah.
Yeah.
It was very like upbeat.
I mean.
Oh yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, I thought the soundtrack was pretty good. Not my favorite. Well, probably my least favorite of the trilogy's music, but still good.
I don't remember Planet Eaters too well, other than obviously the classic Godzilla theme from the series that they kind of did use in this movie at one point.
Wait, hold on.
You don't remember Planet Eaters too well?
Don't you mean Monster Planet?
Yeah.
I remember Monster Planet a lot, actually.
Planet of the Monsters. No, I'm saying, honestly, I think they only used one Planet of the Monsters theme in this movie, and it was the Godzilla theme, but it was not for that long.
Yeah.
But, oh.
Yeah, that's. I mean, they use that one
A lot.
This trilogy reuses a lot of music. Like they had Monster Planet, and then City on the Edge of Battle had a lot of new tracks, but did reuse a lot of the same music. And then this one didn't reuse a lot of the same music, but it definitely had a couple in there. Like the Billy Saluto theme plays when they're hijacking or they're mutinying.
Mutiny!
I don't agree with you, Spino Dragon.
Wait, let me see here.
He said, I mean, unless I'm reading this wrong, it almost sounds like he's saying the third movie was like a documentary for the second movie.
I don't agree.
I don't know if I'm reading that weird. He's just kind of like they blindly made a Godzilla anime documentary for the second one. It was all speculation, too much of it.
I don't know.
I mean, they used a
Maybe
lot of clips. They used a lot of clips from the second movie. I did notice.
Yeah.
Probably their budget was too low, so they kept reusing scenes from the first and second movie. But also, what's your thoughts on cinematography and the art, the direction with like the artwork and stuff?
I thought it was great, just like the other two movies. One thing I gotta say, during the final fight, there was a lot of scenes where it was just close-ups and I couldn't see what I was looking at.
Oh, I mean, most of the final fight was just them hugging anyway. So.
I know.
It looked like Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao. So.
It's like that scene in Ultraman where when guy like hit Juggler or something, then he hugged him.
Oh yeah, there was one scene that really did stand out to me towards the end, not the end, but towards the end. There's a scene where after everything happens, and they all go back to their lives, and it's showing like a montage of everyone kind of doing it, and then the humans starting to take off their clothes and put on the Hatos or
The native clothes or whatever.
native clothing, and then it was not like anime. It was not like animated. It was kind of some stuff some animes do, but it was like a different artwork completely. It was like actual artwork.
Yeah, different.
I noticed that.
And that kind of stood out to me because I'm like, why so different?
Hey, Cole, these are human beings. Why don't you talk to them? I'm kidding.
Nicole, why are you so serious?
I zoned out really bad.
He's thinking about his tacos.
He's thinking about how big Godzilla is.
That's right.
Yeah, that's kind of a thing. That's like the one reason.
One joke.
I mean, he got them thighs. Anyway.
What the fuck was that?
I mean, I have the figure to prove it.
Oh yeah, you got the monster at Godzilla.
Cole's the one that admitted to being rock hard to an anime scene.
How can you?
That was a joke, and you should know that. At least I didn't say every other sentence is something sexual.
I like how that's literally just our fucking.
And then he just started laughing at something Cole said, like a little immature.
He said juicy. He said juicy.
That's not funny. You're
That's not
immature.
funny.
Dude, no one else is laughing. You're the only one laughing. You get out of the stream. You're acting
The
fine.
shot
You
after
go back to
Godzilla-
elementary school.
Corey, can we ban him? Corey, can we ban him right now?
The shot after Godzilla destroyed Ghidorah's void.
Raymond,
Close up looked like
Yes.
I love you.
Scene.
I love you.
No comment.
Because Kyle's not gonna listen to me.
Sorry, I just want to give him some cabeza.
Kielbasa?
Do you know what that means?
Yes. I know kielbasa's a food, and I know that you're talking about something different. Alright,
Cool.
oh, hello, Baragon. I'm gonna call you Tuxedo Baragon.
Fucking Cole's laugh.
Uh-huh.
He sounded like Brody.
Alright, Kyle,
You calling me a girl?
what were the other small things you want to talk about?
I think a lot of stuff's like with the direction of the movie and stuff. Like I was talking about like the cinematography in this movie compared to the other two, especially. There were some beautiful daytime shots, especially towards the end. Because most of the movie's kind of like dark almost. A lot of it takes place during night, and then the ending is just like really beautiful. They really did a really good job towards the end with Godzilla, like the sun shining down on him and everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Not saying the nighttime shots are bad. The first movie, I don't even remember if the first movie really had any nighttime shots.
No, it didn't.
The second movie was like misty.
It was.
The second movie is like misty with a lot of nighttime shots as well. It wasn't always white.
That beautiful stuff at the end with the Scarlet Godzilla.
Which in this movie, it was really interesting the way they used him.
Yeah, it was more of an attack than a defense mechanism.
Well, it kind of was because, like they were saying, he was kind of like he was about to die, and then he just went into that. And they're saying he was probably trying to use the heat to kill Ghidorah, and obviously nothing hurt Ghidorah, so Ghidorah just shut him off.
What do I think was the most cringy part?
That goes without
Probably
saying.
movie. No,
probably the bug person sexy scene.
I don't think the second one was that bad. Like the second time, I think the first time just kind of came out.
When she starts talking to him, like that part, I'm fine.
Can we all just appreciate how some of the characters who didn't have personality in the last movie? Yeah, the characters in my opinion got better. Yes, but Mr. Scientist Man Martin. I should get a picture of Mr. Scientist Man Martin.
Mr. Scientist Man Martin
Hold
is
a visual for him.
No, Mr. Scientist Man Martin. I would honestly date that man. He is so
What's
charismatic.
wrong with you?
Can we just appreciate Haro? He pulls so much pussy. He was tapping a white Asian girl in the last movie, and now he's tapping a fucking $2.
What the hell?
No, but seriously though, I'm like the first scene with Melina. I think the one like
Melina, it's mine. That one was. I forget.
the one.
The not so serious one.
The one that's being like sacrificed.
Yeah, the first one you see in the second movie.
He kind of just hopped on it, you know, and it was kind of like she and now take the suit off, so Haro lost his heart on. And that was kind of awkward. But then the second one is like, oh my, he has my suit. She has my suit off. She remembered. I'm gonna fuck you.
Wow. Alrighty then. Greatest little interpretation
Take
description
notes.
of anything.
Wait, what did I miss?
I don't want to say.
No,
what,
he doesn't
I
gotta
don't,
say it again.
I don't want to say what I was about to say.
Damn it.
I was
Yuko
gonna say-
is actually dead.
I was gonna say
I'm happy
something.
Haruo died. I think Kaiju Ship Posting is a shitty account. Sorry, so I don't care.
Oh my God.
I second you there, Corey.
Corey would have killed me.
What?
Corey would have killed me if I made that joke.
Oh, probably. I like to keep my YouTube channel Godzilla
no,
Earthwind second
no.
mode.
No, that's not why. I'll tell you after the stream.
Haruo left his unborn baby to go smash into Godzilla and just die. Godzilla doesn't die in this movie, by the way.
This is a great
He's
talk.
still
about
I
that.
hate the ending. I hate those
We'll
last
get to
few
the ending.
seconds
We'll
are
get to
just-
the ending.
Corey and Raymond are the two only people on this earth that thought Godzilla died there.
Yeah, because when I was watching it, for some reason I was like, "Why does it look like he's just gone after the smoke goes away?"
He just
I didn't.
But then I
know
looked closely and I was like, "Okay, well that's a stupid shot to end on. It should have ended with like, Godzilla like just looking through the smoke."
he just fucking gets oofed. He just gets
So, yeah,
fucking oofed.
Godzilla does not die in this movie. He is there, and he's here to stay.
Don't let Corey try to blind you away from the true spoilers, guys. The Vulture absolutely destroyed him in this movie.
Hey guys, I found the best comment. I just want to read this. This comment
What?
makes a lot of sense.
What?
Is Godzilla low key thick? Yes, very.
Wait,
I
where's
have the
that?
figure to
Don't
prove
tell
it.
Raymond that.
Where is that?
It's like the second newest comment.
Oh, it's Godzilla. Loki.
He is though. I have the figure to prove it.
I'm
Oh.
assuming Spinal Rapt or Spinal.
Well,
it's
Sam,
really-
we haven't talked about the ending yet, but Kyle, I think, liked the ending, so you're not the only one.
I feel like Spinal Dragon really didn't like this movie.
So
I hated the ending,
are we gonna talk about the ending now?
Yeah, we can talk about the ending, then we can just talk about other stuff afterwards.
Oh,
if
then
we
we're gonna
want to
wrap it
say.
up after that. But okay.
Well, we
We're gonna talk
probably
about
will.
this movie compared to the rest of the movies, right? And
I have
there's
something I want to say
We'll
about
give.
the
We'll go
anime
quick
series
on
as a
that.
whole.
We'll go quick on that, but we'll just talk about the ending now. What did I think of the ending? I think it was, we had the couple human survivors left, like Scientist Man Martin, which I almost forgot. Let me just quickly pull something up real quick. We gotta look at God himself.
Yahoo!
There he is.
Wait, Corey, can I say something in response to seeing Scientist Man Martin?
What
Oh, hooray!
the hell? All right. So we have the humans who are left who survived, and then so they're all just getting used to. They're all just hanging out with all the bug people, and they're getting into their culture and all that. Then Haruo goes, who now, by the way, impregnated one of the bug ladies. He's gonna have a baby, a weird mutant baby, probably.
It's gonna look like those the Ripley clothes from Alien.
Oh no!
Jurassic World. He made a dinosaur. No,
Okay,
that's a hybrid.
Hey, Corey, our favorite Instagram account just made a review.
I know. I already saw.
Can I read this out loud to people?
What
No,
account?
no,
What
no,
account?
no,
no,
names.
no,
No names. We're not gonna say names, but I
No, Cole.
I gotta
Cole.
read this.
Cole, we'll do it afterwards.
Hey, Cole, text me the account.
All right.
No, he's
Um,
private, so you can't.
Fuck them.
So,
I see how it is.
all right. So Haruo randomly, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go and grab Yuko's dead body. Turn that on.
Some guys.
What the hell? Look at what the thing's called. Oh wait, you probably be able to see that, but all right.
Mark Martin.
Yeah, you
Mark
can see
Martin.
it. All right, look at that blurry ass image. All right, so
He is pretty big.
he
I'll give him
takes
this.
Yuko's.
At least talking about an actual person this time, and not a bug.
He takes Yuko's nanometallized body, which I like how they just kept in that one area. He takes her into the one vulture that God Martin got working, and then he's flying towards Godzilla, and then he's like, "I'm gonna kill myself," and then Godzilla shoots his atomic breath into the vulture, killing Haruo and Yuko, even though she was pretty much already dead. And then the movie it pans down to some flowers, and then the credits start. And I was like, why didn't we get some like last good shot of Godzilla or something? It just like the last you see of him is a piece of the vulture goes and it hits him and it explodes. And I thought he died at first. I was like, there's no way that just happened, but he does not. He does not die. He's alive and here to stay. So Yeah, then we get the after credit scene where it shows Haruo's bug people children they're like going with they're being like they're putting their fears into these things and they're burning. I don't know, some
And they
weird
don't look
ritual
like monsters.
thing. Some weird ritual thing. Oh, what happened to Yuko's vulture? That might have been the one they were actually using. I don't know. They don't specify. It was either Haruo's or Yuko's because the one that Galugu was in, or Galugu or whatever the other one was, he fucking dies. I don't. All right. First of all, I'm just gonna talk about City on the Edge battle real quick, just for a second. That part where Haruo's shooting like the nanometal place, and I don't know why I always laugh at that shot. Remember the first, like, it was either Galugu or the other one. They nanometalized themselves, and then it was right before Martin's like, "I will have no part of this," and they all scram. He gets up from his chair while Haruo's shooting the buildings in, and then like a couple shots go behind him. He gets up, and then one just annihilates him. And I always thought that was really funny for some reason. But yeah, so basically it's just basically showing that at the end of all of this, Godzilla's still alive, and now humans are pretty. They didn't show any humans during that scene, so I wonder if all the humans at that point are actually extinct, and then it's just the bug people. So yeah,
What shot? The ending shot?
Yeah,
like the credit scene. There were humans in that.
Oh, maybe I just missed them. Because I didn't see any humans.
I'll watch it again.
All right, Mr. Voice Crack.
Take your time, guys.
All right, Eddie Carr.
So yeah, there's basically just a couple more humans and the bug people, and I assume Godzilla's still alive. Again, they don't show him for some reason. And now my question is: are there other monsters on Earth, or is it just Godzilla at this point? Actually, no, there's Servums, obviously.
Yeah, let's say the Servums and the worm Servum, and then. I'm assuming Mothra.
Are there any other non-Godzilla type monsters?
Well,
I don't know. You tell me, is Roland Emmerich still alive?
There was Mothra. There was Mothra's, Mothra's egg still there.
Yeah, maybe we should hurry the hell up and hatch. And then Godzilla will probably just kill it instantly.
I mean, we saw what happened.
All right, Cole, what do you think? Cole, what do you think of the ending?
I don't like it.
Neither do I.
It's not good. It's rushed. It's very poor. The main character's actions make kind of no sense.
Maybe there was no humans in it. I thought there was just because, but maybe it's just kind of like a whole, like, it's their culture thing.
He's analyzing it.
I am.
Kowalski analysis.
This is a game theory.
Oh.
I mean, I don't know. I don't like it. It's bad.
Tux Baragon, Anime Mothra is the best Mothra because she fucking destroys the Enola Gay. All right, Cole, continue unless you were done.
I don't know. It was just bad. It was stupid. I mean, like, Godzilla just kind of disappears after the scene where he blows him up. Other than that, like, I don't know. It just kept going though. After a while, it was just like, okay, can we end the movie now? Ugh. But yeah,
right.
That's what I think about it. You guys kind of said a lot of stuff I was going to say.
All right, Raymond, what did you think of?
All right, this is a very. I've already talked to you guys about this, but I'll say it again. This is a very unfair comparison. But look at a movie like The Return of the King. It's got a whole nearly like 20-minute long ending, just about from the point where Sauron's defeated to the actual credits. And it's important to have to tie everything up.
God.
And this movie kind of did do that. But, oh god, I was about to spoil Return of the King. My biggest issue with this ending, the idea of Haruo just kamikazing into Godzilla or whatever he did.
Or at least he tries.
It comes so much out of left field that it doesn't elicit much of an emotional response for the main freaking character of the trilogy dying.
Well, they already showed Hiroshima. Why can't they do Pearl Harbor too?
Oh
what the hell?
Okay, this is on YouTube.
Yeah, I don't know if Godzilla Earth would eventually just die because of natural stuff.
No, he's the fucking Earth.
Well, tell that to Godzilla King Kaiju. I wasn't the one who said that.
He'll die when the Earth dies.
Then we have, what is it? I like Sam the Guy again. Anime Mothra is best Mothra because she's black. We need some more of that representation in our giant monster movies.
Wait, what?
I said, all right, Sam the Guy fan commented, anime Mothra is the best Mothra because she's black. We need some more of that representation in our giant monster movies.
What?
And then we get Sam the Guy fan. Haro yeets himself into Godzilla because if he doesn't, his hatred would bring Ghidorah back to the planet. Oh, that wasn't a joke comment. I was just reading that for the first time.
Corey, you know what?
That might actually be
No, Corey. No, Corey. I commented something on the guy's post. I said, "Question: How is the music, quote unquote, currently epic?" And here's, And here's his response. Because of how the way it goes, that's why I say it's currently epic in my opinion. That makes no sense.
Oh, look, I got another picture of Scientist Man Martin.
Is he one of the apostles of our god group, Corey?
He's gonna join Pagan, Busca, and yeah, I forget the others.
It's Juggler, Eisen, and
Eisen, Juggler, Pega, Germera,
Big
Busca,
Welt.
Big Welt, and Scientist Man Martin. Oh no, Scientist Man Martin's got to be in like the Kaiju Gang meme folder with all the characters now.
Oh boy, we have to make a part 5.
Scientist Meme Martin. All right, Raymond, you were still talking about the ending, I think.
Oh,
Or you already finished?
There we go. I'm done.
All right, Kyle, what do you have to say about the ending?
I'm scared.
Just say it. We're all here. We're all
Spit it out,
kicking your
boy.
ass. I'm kidding.
Anyways, so other than the fact some things about it seemed a little rushed, kind of just like we went from this epic, like once you get past the epic climax that you're supposed to just kind of calm down from there and not like bring the hype back up. But they did it, so that's okay. But and then some of the stuff like everyone's been saying seemed a little rushed, but like. And like I get the whole thing though. I get why they did it. And I kind of liked why they did it. It made sense. Like that guy said, as you can see, Godzilla's just sleeping. Peaceful day. Nothing was wrong. Everyone was like, if you notice too, Haro is the only one at that point still wearing something from like the spacesuit, like the shirt and the pants, and everyone else.
That's something I noticed.
And he just had a big contrast. And as soon as he saw that, he realized that himself and Yuki and
Yuki.
and
Yuri.
and then the last remaining vulture, like all those kind of just represents. And I think when I heard about this back in the spoilers, and really I hated it when I heard about it. But no one explained to me. Like the first thing he does, he hears the Ghidorah roar, and he hears Metheus's voice, and it's like, what was Metheus saying? Like it's going to pass. And it's like if he stays alive, his hatred for Godzilla is just going to spawn all this. He ends up realizing like he sees the vulture and Mr. Scientist Man large. We got to put the large in there. Large Martin.
Scientist large man Martin.
So large Scientist Man Martin.
Large Marge.
I was going to say Large Marge from Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Martin, baby.
Batman v Superman alternate ending. Where is Martin? Anyways, like. Honestly, I'm not sure why he didn't just like fucking yeet Martin right there either. Because Martin's a scientist, probably gonna bring the Earth back to Like Martin's just like, hey, let's rebuild, and he's just like, oh shit, well I'm gonna kamikaze, I'm like, but wait, why didn't you kill Martin with you? Because he's also going.
Because Martin has plot armor.
Good point. I think I liked it though. I thought it was beautiful. I thought the way they did it was beautiful. It's kind of like. Killing him ended the cycle of hatred, and now the Earth can be at peace, and Godzilla gets to sleep his fat ass away.
All right, now I'm just gonna take that.
He
Scene
can finally
where he
eat his
blows up.
bagels at peace.
I'm just gonna take that scene where he blows up and put the Minecraft oof over it. I mean, we all know it's gonna happen. I might as well just say.
Wait, the Minecraft or Roblox one?
Minecraft. Roblox one's had its day.
No. You should play the. Well, those are pretty cool bananas.
There's a Minecraft oof.
Yeah.
So-
like the old when the game was old, like it used to be.
The ooh.
By the way, wait, hold on. I'm gonna screen share real quick. Am I the only one think Godzilla has a weird looking face here? It looks like he's cross-eyed.
Let me see.
I also kind of like the after credit scene, but the after credit scene, I'm still not too like. I'm also not too sure about because I still don't really like. I get it's showing the old age and that Haru's child is a bug person, but
Wait, you can hear me, right?
I think the ending's good. It shows humans and it shows nature and humans being at peace.
You can hear me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
'cause
And no one's talking about the shot with the flower.
my Google Hangout thing is like not responding all of a sudden.
No one's talking about the shot with the flowers. Wasn't that like the first time we see an actual like plant we're familiar with?
Look at
No.
the flowers, Lizzie.
Monster Planet is the first time we see a familiar vegetation.
What was that?
When he looks at the flowers, they're the same flowers pretty much.
Well, then there you go. It's supposed to be like this is how the movie starts.
Wow, my Hangout just completely crashed.
Wow, my brain just crashed of how much of a brain fucking explosion I had from thinking the first anime movie opened with what the last anime movie ended with, and now I'm going to go into analyze. I'm going to become the game theorist, and I'm going to.
How poetic. It's like poetry, so they rhyme.
What?
Do you remember Mr. Blinkett's episode 1 review?
I remember a little bit from it.
Okay, I'll show you a George Lucas clip when we're done.
After credit scene was pointless. Well, I mean, I think it was just there to show like basically what Earth is now.
It added some finality, which is good
hey.
after watching Haru.
Hey, Baragon, you know what I think? Baragon is fucking pointless and destroy all monsters. What do you got to say to that?
Wow, what a move.
Kyle's lashing on the comments. We gotta end it now.
All right, guys, got anything else to talk about? Oh wait,
I got one.
Corey's channel's the worst YouTube channel.
do I think Hideki Anno would have done a better job at directing the anime films?
Maybe. Just
I
depends.
probably wouldn't have liked him as much.
I don't think you should take that anime director and put him in. I mean, I think he would have done a fun job, but it probably
That
felt.
guy's doing Evangelion at the moment, so I think he's
probably
kind of
would've-
busy.
It probably would have felt like Evangelion with you. At that point, you might as well just do an Evangelion Godzilla crossover. Or, yeah, why not? Honestly,
Yeah, we need a bunch of depressed characters, and Godzilla's there too.
Isn't that
Godzilla's there too.
is that what
It's like
Shin Godzilla?
2014.
Is that what Shin Godzilla was?
When did the character?
No, Shin Godzilla is just boring characters, and then Godzilla.
They were all,
I'm
but they were, but they were all depression. Also,
Where was the depression? I need to see. Where is the depression?
the scene where everyone basically dies, and then the guy's sadness because
Oh yeah, but that's not like 80% of the entire movie. That's like even
he's sad because
You say the
everyone
guy
thinks
is sadness?
he thinks he's,
No.
he thinks he's crazy because no one believes him, and it's like Bryan Cranston. And that makes me sad. 'Cause Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Shinji and Evangelion, like 98% of the show is him depressed.
Well, it's art.
It's what an
Oh, okay. He's thrown the A word.
Well, you have to look forward to art and understand art, and that depression is a serious issue in our society, and like many people kill themselves every year, and it's very sad. We really need to take a moment to say you need to donate and help a person in need. You really need to talk to. You think you have a if they slit their wrist, you really, really, really need to talk to them.
Okay, this is getting a little far.
No, it's not going far. Just listen to me, guys. Just show them 98, and they'll never slit again. 98 cures lies and depression.
I think you got that backwards.
Oh, my bad. Godzilla's Revenge cures depression.
It cured mine.
All right, there we go. Hangouts is working again.
Oh my god, Corey missed that entire thing.
No, I was there on the Hangouts, like on my phone. I heard it all.
You fucks.
Oh, look at that! Literally, the picture for it is the naked chick. Oh god, no! Don't play the footage! Don't play the footage!
We're gonna get flagged!
Oh no!
No, here's the part I'm talking about Godzilla. His eyes right here, and then this one's like, bleep. It's like right to the side. It looks really
It
good.
looks just like a monster arts.
He looks like a cranky asshole man, that shot.
Because he is. He's like, oh god, my trilogy's coming to an end. What have I done? What am I gonna do?
Is that
Alright,
Kratos?
someone better
Is that
download the
Kratos?
M4
Yeah,
file.
he is like
Yeah.
10,000 years old, right?
That's
All right.
Kratos in God of War.
Let's
Thing.
see Let's see
Corey,
how.
don't go to this next scene. Don't go. Oh, why are you going to the bucket scene?
Oh god. Now I'm just going through the. I'm just trying to find things. Oh yeah, we got that one scene in the beginning where Godzilla just opened his eye, or not at the beginning. 30 minutes in actually, where Godzilla opens his eye, and then I guess he goes back to sleep.
Standing on the edge of battle, where it took him like 50 minutes or like over an hour to finally show up.
Can I talk about my thoughts on the trilogy as a
Well,
whole?
Hold on, they fought a while in this movie, didn't they? Like,
Let's see. The
a
fight
whole
starts
hour,
around.
right?
Yeah. Oh god.
Dude,
Oh god.
They fought for a while.
shit. Fight
Dun, dun,
start.
dun, dun.
When did
We
they
gotta
fight?
find. We gotta find scientist man. First of all, I want to look at his eyes.
Why?
Don't play it. No, you're making a
Oh,
mistake.
you idiot! You fool!
That's it. No, the stream's over. Stream's over.
Cole, you really want the stream to end, don't you?
No. I meant like the stream's over. It's not gonna make it to YouTube.
Mission failed. We'll get him next time.
Oh, that
This
was a
ain't gonna make
suggestive
it 5
shot.
minutes.
Oh yeah, he does take both his eyes out.
Oh my
Poor
god.
man. Poor
He's
man.
got ketchup coming out of his eyes.
That's right. What's better than one giant eyeball? Two giant eyeballs.
Can I talk about my thoughts on the trilogy as a whole?
No.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. So, trilogy as a whole.
Did you see me? Did he get muted? Did he get fucking muted?
Wait. Can we just invite Jordan just to pull that crap on him?
Oh, he won't join.
Oh my god.
When he starts going.
Going
Sorry.
Okay, can I
Like, he went like, okay, so anime trilogy, silence.
Trilogy. He just gets fucking murked.
Okay, alright, so
Anyway, go.
anime trilogy was pretty meh. That was okay, but here's the big thing. Again, this is another very unfair comparison. Like, very unfair. But look at Lord of the Rings. Look at
Oh my god.
That's
Look
not
at-
even remotely fair.
What's that?
I know it is, but this is the best
Are you going
trilogy.
to compare it to the original Star Wars trilogy next?
No, I hold Lord of the Rings in higher regard than the Star Wars.
Yeah, I say no, so do I.
But if you look at each individual movie, Fellowship of the Ring, Two Towers, and Return of the King, each one, once you put them all together, they all tell a whole 3-act story. They have a 3-act structure. But even each individual movie has their own 3-act structures. Each one of them does. Can you say that about the anime trilogy?
Yeah.
For the most part, not all the way though.
Well, no, I mean, Sitting Edge of Battle really just felt like nothing.
2 acts. It felt like. Oh wait, hold on.
Act and a half.
Are you gonna find it? Are you gonna find it?
I gotta find the scene where. Oh wait, there he is. This was this. Oh, there they go.
No, where's the part where it cuts to them with the falling? I need to.
Oh,
see
there he is. There he is, right there. There's. Right, ready?
It. Can we play it?
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, hold on. This guy, look at this guy's eyes.
When you're on
seen God.
that dude's on some hard fucking ass crack.
Let's see. Let's skim around. Oh, there's God.
There he is. Corey, this stream's gonna get canned. I really hope you know that.
Oh yeah, I know. I'll just download it on an MP4 and repost it. Maybe just cutting out all the footage. All right, let's get off of this before the worst happens. Let's get off this before this is gonna be my reaction tomorrow when I go to my channel.
Corey, the damage is done.
Are you gonna do what ETN does and just kind of cut his live streams and the highlights?
No, that's dumb. I don't like when people do that.
Aw.
I know you've done it, Kyle.
Well, yeah, but we had a bunch of funny moments in this stream.
Yeah, now they're all gone, aren't they? Or is
Yeah,
it, oh
all
no,
of
that's
them
because
were
it was on
making fun of
Ryan's
me.
channel. That was on Ryan's